Hi guys, welcome to another Divi Theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we've got a little category page for you here, and today I'm going to show you 3 ways of doing this. The one I've actually got here, I've done with the Divi Woo Modules, really easy to do, and I'll show you 2 other easy ways of doing it also. So let's get started. One of the most common ways of doing this is to add a WooCommerce shortcode. And I'll put this link down below. You can find a lot of shortcodes on here. It's a great little site. So let's create a new page. Obviously, you need to have some products. And those products you need to put into categories. And we've covered that many times. So let's create a new page. And we'll use a shortcode for this. I'm going to use the Divi builder. Now I'm going to build from scratch. I'm going to use a single column, single row. You can use whatever you want for this. Inside, I'm going to pop a little code module. Now let's go and grab a shortcode. And I'll paste it in there. If I expand this, so you can see what we've got a product category. I've put in my product category of women's. Items for page 12, columns 4, order by default, order ascending, and we've got the operator in there. If I save this now, as you can see, that's simply plonk that in there, and that's quite nice. It's functional, it works great, and of course you can decorate the page however you want. When you're ready, just save draft or publish if you're ready. And of course, you'll need to add this to the menu. To add it to the menu, you'll have to make sure that it's published. And then go down to your dashboard, to appearance, and menus. And once published, it'll appear up here, and you can simply put a check mark in there and add it to your menu. Another very easy way of adding a category page to your site is to do it straight from the menu here. Once you've got your WooCommerce in there and create your categories, it actually puts them there for you. And there's a little link down here called categories. That is not what we want there. That's just the categories for your posts and things like that. What we want is product categories. And if you don't see it down there, which you probably won't because it's not there by default, go up to the top of your screen, screen options, scroll along, and you'll find product categories. Check that mark. Once you do that, the product categories will appear there. And let's add that same category. When you're happy, add it to the menu. And let's just pull it up below the men's there, or in front of the men's, wherever you want to put yours. Left click, drag, and release. Save your menu. And if we go back to our page and refresh, we've now got a women's up there in the menu. Let's exit the visual builder. And now if I click on it, it's going to take us to that page. I mean, that's okay. It's functional. It's very generic looking though, but it will work. And of course, you've got a widget area over here. You can put whatever widgets you want in your sidebar. Now, the third way to do it is the way I always do it is with the Divi Woo Modules. So let's create another new page. And we'll call this Women's Fashion, or whatever you want to call yours, obviously. And again, we'll use the Divi builder. I'm going to build from scratch. And this allows us to sort of do what we want here. Let's grab 2 columns. We'll make this a little more interesting. We'll put perhaps a gallery in first. Let's go down. I'm going to grab a little gallery. Let's add some images. I'm going to select that first one, hold my shift key down, and select this one. Put in whatever images you want, obviously. Probably want to showcase whatever product or category it is you've got going on there. I'll move this out of the way. I want a slider, so I really only want to see one image. So I'm going to go over to Design, Layout. I'm going to change it from Grid to Slider. And I want it to automatically revolve around those images there. To do that, still on the Design tab, right down at the bottom, animation, automatic animation. I'm going to turn that to on. Default is set to 7,000 milliseconds or 7 seconds. I'm going to change mine to 4,000 milliseconds or 4 seconds. Great. And perhaps next to that, you want a little explainer or something. So let's go in there. I'm going to use a blurb module for this and put in what you want. I'll move this over here. And there it is. Keep this very simple today. I'm going to use an icon instead of an image. Let's say shop. A lot of icons to choose from with Divi. I think I'll use the same one as I used before. It's popped it in there. Fantastic. Let's go to the title here. Just click on the little paintbrush by it. It'll take you straight to it. I want that to be bold. A lot bigger than that. Perhaps capitalize it as well. I want it to be in the middle. And let's perhaps give it the same color as our little logo blue up there. The little chrome color picker. We'll copy that. And paste it in there. That's great. And let's just make our text centered. I'll leave it exactly as it is, and we'll give it a bit of padding all around perhaps. Still in the design. Let's go to spacing. And perhaps 50 pixels left and right. Just put in the 50, it'll put the pixels. Great. Well, now let's add our little products there. You could add a little button or whatever you wanted to do underneath. In fact, let's spread that out a bit. I'm going to go back in there. Back into there. I'm going to increase the line height on there so there's a bit more space between the icon and the writing there. Title line height. Let's pull it up until you're happy. Great. Well, let's actually add our category, what we were doing before. For this, I'm going to add a new row just underneath. I'm going to have a little sidebar on mine here. But this larger area is where I want to put my product category. So if we roll down, we've got our Woo modules, which are included with the Divi theme. And obviously these won't turn up unless you've got WooCommerce installed. So I'm going to hit the Woo products. View is fine. Menu, ordering, and name. Product count, let's make that. I think I used 16 before. Column layout is fine. You can choose how many columns you want. I'm perhaps going to use 3. And I want to use a product category and a product view type here. I'm going to go down. And there's our women's. If I move that up out of the way, it's put in 3 little columns with our products in there, which is great. And you can customize this how you like over in design. You've got sale badge text, text, title text, price text. I'll leave mine just like that. You can obviously make yours how you wish. I added a little sidebar on the side here. So in there, I'm going to add another little blurb module. And perhaps you can have products for him. If I move this over here, you can see what's going on. I'm not going to have any content in there. You could have a little explainer if you want to. In the image, we'll grab one of the male products there. In the link, of course, you want to link it, the title and the module, to your men's product category or wherever it is you want to take yours. And that little bit of text, I'm going to pop mine in the middle again. Again, I hit that little paintbrush. Let's duplicate that. Obviously, it's entirely up to you. And one more time, I'm going through this very quickly, but it gives you an idea of what you can actually do with this to make it more interesting than the regular category pages there. And that'll actually do for me. Let's just save that. I'm going to shave off a few of these products here. Let's maybe link it to 12. Let's keep it to 12. So I'm going to go back into this module. I'm going to make that 12. And I guess we could add one more of those to sort of even it up a little bit. And those are hoodies. Now let's perhaps add a My Cart button right on the end there. So we'll add another little module. I'm going to use a button. Say My Cart. Or obviously whatever you want to say. Let's just style it slightly. Alignment, I want it to be in the middle. I'm going to go down to the actual button itself. Custom styles. I'm going to make that text white. It'll disappear into that white background, but let's give it perhaps a purple background. Maybe have it change blue on hover. Common to all Divi modules. If you hover over dark writing within a module, you'll see some icons appear. If there's an arrow, you can set a different value for the hover state when the mouse is on it. Hit the little arrow there and choose your new color or whatever it is you're trying to achieve there. Back to desktop mode. Great. Let's make that button a little bit wider. Roll down a bit. We've got spacing just down below here. Let's perhaps give it 70 pixels left and right. Again, just put in the 70, you'll put the pixels in for you. And if you want to add an icon, we just roll past that in the button. It puts one in there by default. Let's say cart. Any of these will do. I'm going to use that one right there. And if you want to show it all the time, just roll down a bit. Only show icon on hover. No, we want it there all the time. And as you can see, it's appeared there. Fantastic. Now, of course, we need to put a link into this button to the cart page. Just go to your link. We can copy the link from our cart right there and just pop it in there. And that's that done. Just for a bit of interest, I'm going to go to our section and just add some dividers to make it a little more interesting looking, like I showed you in the beginning. For the top one, I'm going to hit none there. I'm going to use a sort of curvy two-tone one, perhaps something like this. I'm going to make it purple in color. I'm going to drag it down opacity-wise so it's a little more subtle, but I want it to be fairly deep. So divider height, I'm actually going to use a percentage. I'm going to say 50%. It'll be half whatever the screen size is there. And we'll do the bottom one too. Go over the bottom tab. And I'll do the opposite number, a little curvy two-tone one. This time I'm going to use my little blue color that I used for my title text there. Again, I'm going to take the opacity down a little bit. And again, I'm going to give it 50%. 50%. And if we go down, there it is at the bottom. When you're happy, save your changes, publish if you're ready, and exit the Visual Builder. And there we are. That's a bit more interesting than the sort of generic page it gives you with your shortcode and with your adding it to the menu manually. If I flip over to the women's again there, we've turned something like this, which is okay and functional, into something a lot more interesting, like this, with the inbuilt features of Divi itself. So there you go, guys. There's 3 different ways of adding a category page to your WooCommerce site. I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget, I'll put this shortcode page down below for anybody that wants to use shortcode. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.